I'm just going to hope it settles out. All right, and we are back in the modern format, playing some of the really cool artifact brews with Asmoranomarticadaistinaculdacar from yesterday's Saturday Modern Challenge, which took place on the 19th of June. Yeah, that's where we are. So what are we looking at here? Well, the food decks have gone through quite the development in the last little while. If anyone is curious about how fast this format has been moving, Jerry Thompson, legendary player, host of the Arena Decklist podcast, put out a very strongly worded episode of their podcast that says green-black food is the new best deck in Modern, or is the best deck in the Modern, referring to it as the Modern Hogak. That deck put up 0 copies in the top, I want to say 16 plus yesterday, having been entirely supplanted by Lantern Control and this kind of deck. So what are we looking at here? And by the way, this is no shade at Jerry Thompson for trying to call a shot. As long as we all understand what was happening there, and then he wasn't actually saying, in my professional opinion, this is the absolute truth and nothing could possibly change from this moment. Big respect to Jerry. So, what are we dealing with here? So we've got Asmoranomarticadaistinaculdacar, one of the most powerful cards in a subtle way. And I say subtle. It's not subtle when you're on the other side of the table. The way that this interacts with the metagame is very important to look at, and the power and limits of this card are important to understand. So, first of all, 3/3 for null mana cost, no mana cost, but as long as you've discarded a card this turn, you may pay black or red to cast a spell. Seems straightforward enough. When it enters the battlefield, you get to search your library for a card named the Underworld Cookbook, reveal it and put it in your hand, then shuffle. Sacrifice 2 foods, target creature deals 6 damage to itself. This card means you don't have to run very much removal at all in your deck to completely slaughter a lot of creature-based decks. And we can see in the winner's metagame right now, the number of creature-focused decks is very specialized. There are some that are able to stand up to this punishment, but otherwise, any creature deck that you're playing, any deck that you have that wants to resolve a creature and care about that creature either has to win you the game pretty much immediately, or you need enough ways to deal with Asmora that you can set those in motion first. She obviously combos up with the Underworld Cookbook, which says tap, discard a card, create a food token. This combos with Ovalchase Dragster. For each cookbook you have in play, if you have an Ovalchase Dragster in your hand, or Daredevil, Daredevil in your hand, you can create a food for each Underworld Cookbook you have every single turn. Which is not like super powerful, but it is with the rest of the synergy pieces, it's very, very good. So that core has propped up a bunch of different decks already. The green-black food deck for sure, and many other different varieties of food decks. This one is one of the newest ones that has come out only in the last week, and this is combining these pieces with blue. We're going to be playing the blue-red version and the blue-black version later. Urza, Lord High Artificer, comes to the fore in this deck, as well as Emry, Lurker, the Loch. So Urza, of course, is one of the best things you can do if you have a lot of incidental artifacts. This means that if you are just infinitely creating food over the course of the early game, then as soon as you can play Urza, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with immediately, with the ability to produce upwards of 5 to 10 mana sometimes, which seems like a crazy high number to say, but it's really not. We've got Emry, Lurker of the Loch here also, allows us to recycle a lot of our artifacts. We've got Urza Saga and a toolbox of artifacts to fetch with the Saga, as well as the construct tokens from both this and Urza Lord High Artificer are going to be gigantic. We've got 3 copies of Thought Monitor in this deck. Thought Monitor is just a super efficient card to play, as well as being insane with Emry. So it's 6 and a blue affinity for artifacts flying 2/2, and when it enters the battlefield, you draw 2 cards. And then one concern I have about this deck, and the way I was able to beat this deck in the challenge, and then the second time around I did not do quite as well against it. This deck has a very limited number of ways to discard cards to play Asmoranomarticadaistinaculdacar. There are 4 Underworld Cookbooks, sure. But beyond that, there's 2 Lightning Axe and 2 Street Wraith. The other version that we're looking at later today, I think, has a different distribution of stuff, but it's just something to pay attention to, is that with 4 copies of Asmora and only 8 cards that get her onto the battlefield or enable you to cast her, it's kind of tricky. Now, you can spin Urza into one and then cast it that way, but that's remains to be seen. Game Actions Tribal. I mean, isn't that every Urza deck? Right, Kilgore? I think we can call that every Urza deck is Game Actions Tribal. So, yeah, we've got those things to deal with. And then there's 3 copies of Ragavan, Nimble, Pilferer in this deck. I mean, obviously, this card is super powerful. I mean, there's no argument. This is just a crazy power card on its own. It creates treasures that this deck wants to take advantage of. The dash mechanic can be very useful here because your opponent's going to have to have a difficult time making sure that they keep their mana up, but then you get to exploit that in different ways. And sometimes it just comes down on turn 1 and tears away with the game. The one thing I will say about this card is with Asmora and some Lightning Axes supporting it in an early game, you could just have one of those nut draws where Ragavan just generates so much advantage before it gets killed that you're just going to tear away with the game from that point. And of course, the treasure token synergizes with Urza Saga. I mean, this all folds together really nicely. I don't know if the Ragavans are super long for this world. They do increase your legend density for Mox Amber, so that's not a bad thing. I'm unconvinced that Ragavan is necessary in this kind of shell, and of course the blue-black deck we're playing later is not playing it. Didn't perform as well overall, of course, and maybe just the raw power of this card is good enough on its own. That's what I've been told repeatedly about this card, is just like, just play it in a deck with no other reason to play it and 0 removal spells, and it's so good that you're going to win anyway. And I don't necessarily feel like I agree with that. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating. Like, they didn't say those specific words, but like, people show me lists where there's almost no support for Ragavan, and they're like, yeah, it's nuts. And it's like, well, what if you draw it on turn 4? Yeah, exactly. If you slam it hard and it doesn't die, you can roll people. Absolutely. And I'm not saying that's not true. Yeah, 1 blocker and it has a problem, right? Exactly. And you don't have enough removal. I'm just saying I'm not sold on this card. I could see it as a 1-of in a deck like this forever, just because, you know, it's as a 1-of, it's never going to be problematic, but because it's legendary, etc., etc. I've said enough about it. Let's go to it. Let's do it to it. Grammar, that is. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that sort of thing can absolutely happen over 9,000 stabs. It's also kind of sexy. It's like Ancestral Visions. If you have it on turn 1, your opponent doesn't have the right setup, you just win. Yeah. Yeah, the problem with Lavadart Gato is the best Lavadart decks, I think, are bad against the food engine. I think that's the reason that Prowess, and to a lesser extent, Red Midrange, have been chased out of the format for the moment, is that they don't interact particularly well against the food decks. But Panza, the red-green midrange deck, specifically featuring Karn as the one person who made top 8 yesterday, was doing, that deck is in good shape. And they were playing Gorilla Shaman, which is a crazy metagame choice against the Urza Saga decks. That's a deep cut. I mean, I say deep. Obviously, it's in Modern Horizons too, but that's kind of nuts. Right. No, I get you, Torpor Orb. You think this deck survives an Urza Saga ban? I'm not totally convinced, but I would be interested. Yeah, I would be interested. I haven't seen that deck. Oh, which deck? Playing the turn stuff into artifact card. Oh, liquid metal coating. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I don't know that this deck. I mean, technically, it would survive just as much as Urza was technically a deck before Modern Horizons 2 came out. Like Urza was a deck, right? Let's say Urza in different varieties was a deck before Modern Horizons 2, but not one you'd expect to see doing well in a challenge. I don't know about that. Urza Saga is a good card. Yesterday I was killing people with dragons all day long. Didn't seem that good to me. I did end up top 8ing Tartan Scarf, yeah. On an 8-0 tear, and then I lost to the deck we're playing right now, actually, in the first round of the top 8. Which, in one way it was disappointing, but at that point I felt like I was playing with house money anyway, so I really, I'm not going to be mad about it. I wasted all my luck on 8-0 run, and I'll take my loss out of the top 8 immediately. It was a good clean 2-0. I was a couple top decks away from winning the second game, but just couldn't get there. There were a couple choices that I made during the game that were like very reasonable for where I was at, and if I'd made the other choice, I would have won it. And there was just no way to know, There was no way to know. All right. So we have a kind of ideal start here. This is crazy. If this Street Wraith cycles into a Mox Amber, this opening hand is going to be disgusting. Oh, is it? No, it doesn't work that well. Well enough, though. Well, it depends, Jen and I've certainly played a lot of decks, specifically mid-range decks, where there's a lot of games you'll play on like a mid-range deck where it's like, no. You after a certain thing happened, you weren't gonna win that game in any way, shape, or form. Which is one of the reasons I really like the Velomachus deck, is that almost every single time, it would over 9,000. That actually would be really good here. Almost every single time I'm playing the Velomachus deck, I always feel like I'm a top deck away from winning, and to me, that's a really big feeling. Like playing a deck where you're almost never out of it. It's almost impossible for your opponent to close off every avenue for you to win the game. That feels really good. So I'm gonna be aggressive with my life total here against white stuff. We've got the Daredevil cookbook engines going here too, so I'm not going to worry too much. Okay, we're good. Thought Monitor is another payoff with Emry Rebuke and Urza's pushes to critical mass for artifact payoffs. The food package is also good mid-range as well. I agree. All right. So we go island here. The cookbook. Nope. I don't need to explain myself. I'm pretty sure I just attack here. Can't see any reason why I wouldn't. Yep. All right. Double Cookbook Daredevil is the nuts. I mean, yes and no. I think this turn I'm going to play the Emry because Emry has Summoning Sickness and the second Cookbook doesn't. I'm also, like, considering holding up Metallic Rebuke because the ways that I imagine that they want to remove my Asmora involve them playing, like, Skyclave this turn. And the question is, would I rather have two things in play that they want to remove, or do I want a way out if they just hardcast? I'm thinking that they're playing the deck with Eladamri's Call, and I might want to rebuke that right here. because they're on 4 cards in hand. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, you know, I actually have a lot of choices here, and they're all fairly appealing. All right, they're just ticking up. All right, maybe misplay. If they go land Skyclave, though, that's like ultimate payoff. Keep tapping. Yeah. Hold on. Game actions. Trigger. We can't always yes because the Ovalchase turns into a different object every single time. But wish you'd waited a turn, didn't you? Wish you'd waited a turn. The cookbook. The cookbook. I'm sorry. I can't get over it. I can't stop. It's just so funny to me every time. Shacklegeist. Oh boy. Espíritus. Sí. Chi. Okay. So I literally have no reason not to jam out this Soul Guide here. Just get it set up so I can draw a card next turn. I mean, I guess I could bluff another counter, but like, come on. I've already done well enough. Soylent Grey. He's made from trolls. Whoa, we are up to 38 viewers already. Thanks and welcome, y'all. Oh, yeah? So, as I was mentioning about Asmora against creature decks, you can kind of see my opponent just, like, freaking out trying to deal with it. Because they realistically can't deploy any creatures. They know that it's just a charnel house on this battlefield. And there's the concession. Turn 4 concession. They know they can't beat it. Yeah, Emry would have been getting a Thought Monitor too. I mean, they were basically buried here, right? And that's the kind of game I'm talking about, right? If my opponent got their absolute best top deck, I still don't know that they would be in that game because I was about to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 cards this turn, and then play another Thought Monitor, draw another 2, play the Saga, play the Spellbomb, drew the 3rd Thought Monitor. So. Well, and the food tokens are brutal too, right? Like, yeah, I would feel very hesitant to want to jam spirits into this meta. I want the Aether Grids, but I don't think that that's a great idea just because we'll keep one Ragavan. Just because there's a pretty good chance that my opponent can get some Lords into play, and that makes using... maybe we have room for a grid. I didn't realize how many mediocre cards we had here. Yeah, the problem is there's going to be a bunch of games where they have mana open to stop my grid from coming down. And they have the ability to give their stuff Shroud at a moment's notice, and they have the ability to give all their creatures extra toughness at a moment's notice. Like, Walking Ballista seems like a blowout against spirits until you actually play the game sometimes, and it's like, oh, their creatures all have like 4 toughness. I'm not gonna make it against that. I'm just not. Womp. So I'm definitely higher on Abrade, Galvanic Blast here. Pithing Needles coming in for their Aether Vials. And we'll bring in 1 Aether Grid. But I'm not convinced that Aether Grid is going to be like some amazing blowout. But it's certainly something that I would like to have. And we're going down to 1 Ragavan just because they play a lot of creatures. And they play 1/3s. And they can play them either with Flash or... Oh, Borrower is good here too. With going down on Ragavan, so I want to take out one of the Mox Ambers. I mean, I want to. I don't know that I should. Definitely want the Shadowspear. Yeah, I'll take out 1 Mox Amber. Oh, yeah! Where's the clip? I gotta get the clip. I love that. I love that stupid clip.
Yeah, I'm a monkey. Give this monkey what she wants.
God bless you, South Park.
Just give him one of these. Ooh, hey, ooh.
How'd I end up doing? 5th place was the final standing. I was top seed going into the top 8, and then we died. But it was a great, great day. No problems with that. All right. Slightly speculative hand, but I like the double removal. Turn 2 Emry. Yeah, Mo's the man. I love when he goes up to the microphone in the when they've got like Krusty coming in doing comedy, and he's like, "Hello everyone, my name is Mo Sizlak, or as the ladies like to call me, hey you there in the bushes." Yeah, funk dancing for self-defense. Fucking just what a joke. What a great joke at the community college. No, the what is it? The Adult Learning Center? God, I don't remember. Where Homer gets to teach secrets of a successful marriage. No. What was it? No. No, you were just eating the damn oranges. Yes, yes, to the untrained eye, I was eating an orange. But to the eye with training, I was making an important part about marriage. For you see, marriage is a lot like eating an orange. If I wanted to see someone eat an orange, I would have taken the damn orange eating class. Now, eating an orange is a lot like a successful marriage. Just eat the damn oranges! Yeah, I've seen some of those. So I think my access to red here is actually kind of annoying. This sideboard needs an Eldrazi for mill. Apparently they didn't. The other deck we're going to play does have one. I think I want to cycle this Street Wraith and see if I can find Asmora or a red source here. Okay. So, play Saga, get Emry in underneath their counter magic, and we have enough mana to crack a food this turn, which I like a lot. And then over the next multiple turns, we have like removal into removal into removal, which is pretty good. Hopefully it'll be good enough. It might not be. But I do have a Thought Monitor coming out next turn to help me out too, so that's good. Man, this deck is a house. This might be the best artifact mid-range deck I've played in a long time. Do you have any special skills, Mr. Simpson? Well, I can tell the difference between butter and I can't believe it's not butter. No, you can't, Mr. Simpson. No one can. Oh, you're right. I'm a fraud. Is it failure? But I love that the Dean has that lateral lisp, and for some reason they give him the line, and of course they did. Like, they gave him that voice so they could give him the line, no, you don't, Mr. Simpson. No one can. Yeah, I think failure is correct. Ooh. Le chalaise. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça, une chalaise? Why didn't they put it on 7? Now I'm just gonna cast the Thought Monitor. What a nerd. You guys see this guy over here? Nerds! Hey, buddy, did you catch a load of the nerd? Excuse me? God. I can't believe that 46 people are here hanging out, watching me play Magic and making bad Simpsons jokes. And like, oh no. Do they have, what's it called? The spirit? Oh, Sanctifier en Vec. Okay. So ETB, exile all cards that are black or red from graveyards. If a black or red permanent, spell, or card not on the battlefield will be put into a graveyard, exile instead. Interesting. Okay, well, there goes my Daredevil. Bye, baby. We still get the Thought Monitor here. That wasn't as much of a blowout as I was expecting. So, I'm okay. It's actually more than a little lackluster compared to what I was expecting. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. I think I don't want to sack a food, and I'm not feeling so pressured on my life total at the moment. So this is on 2 now. Okay, that's fine. I am going to draw some cards this turn. So, right, but I lost the Ovalchase, so I don't have a free discard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's discard Lightning Axe. Yeah. To save me a mana. Oh, which goes into exile. Not that I mind. So I have 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we go. I'd like to play Thought Monitor. Costs 2. So there's no way I'm activating Saga this turn, I guess. Which is fine. We'll do it next turn. Okay. As long as this was resolving this turn, I don't feel worried. And I did discard a card this turn. So that's going to be the nuts. Do I want to shock? Yes, I absolutely do. Shock. Play Asmoranomarticadaistinaculdacar. Oh! That's an interaction I was not ready for. Yep, didn't see that coming. You got me. I forgot to Abrade? No, I didn't forget to Abrade. I forgot that Chalice on 0 was going to counter my null cost spell. Because the way I was looking at it, my spell cost me 1. Oh, thanks, Thrillhouse. I'm sure I know you in person. If you want to say who you are, I would be happy to know. And if you don't, that's fine too. Doe! I think if you use the exclamation point punt command, you actually get a doe, by the way. If it's still set up properly. They cast Shacklegeist. Resolves. No, I mean, obviously that is working as intended. I wonder if they have Queller or, yeah, or, what is it called? Diregraph Captain? Whatever that nonsense is. Drog Skull Captain, of course. Shoot. All right. So, making mistakes against Chalice has definitely put us in a less than great spot. And this turn is a tad unfortunate mana-wise. Although I can still... I think this will still work out. There we go. See? Yeah, mana value is just CMC. Nothing fundamentally changed about the rule. So, what do I want here? Oh, I guess I could just Pithing Needle their Vial. I mean, obviously I can Pithing Needle their Vial. If I want to play Abrade into Asmora, I can get Springleaf Drum. Yeah. But I haven't discarded a card yet this turn. And I won't have a card in my hand to do that with. So I can't do that. I can just wait a turn on Asmora, so that's not important. So let's just shut off their Vial for now. And then... probably destroy the Chalice at instep. I am at 12. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of flying damage. But I have the Thought Monitor as a blocker still. So we're okay. Appreciate you saying the full name. Now I can say plus spell Asmoranomarticadaistinaculdacar without checking. Me too. It's great. It's not that hard. Just takes 5 minutes of practice on the first day and like a minute or two in each subsequent day, and you'll have it in a week. Doesn't really take that much effort. Just like learning a language. I guess Shadowspear is probably the best possible get here. Although I really like Pithing Needle to turn off their Aether Spellbomb or their Aether Vial, but they're already down to 2 cards in hand. Shadowspear puts pressure on them to like end the game now. That's fine, Jen and I. You don't need to do that. Chalice the Void is a jerk. Huh. I think I like Shadowspear. No, let's just turn off their vial. This really slows down their ability to kill me, honestly. Okay, so this. And I guess if they try to push damage, I can either sack a food or Abrade the Drugskull Captain. They don't have the ability to put... Oh, they're going to tap my Thought Monitor. Oh, and then if they push damage, I get to kill their Drugskull Captain, and then... Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll see what happens here. And then next turn I get Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar into play. Assuming that I kill the Chalice. So I only want to kill the Captain if I have to, and I have extra foods here. Feel like I should kill Captain before they untap. They have 2 mana, and none of it is blue. It is Spirit. It is usable for Spirit cards, but I feel like if they can kill me here, they're going to try to do it. Which they can't. They can't Vial. I shut their Vial off. So, discard Emry, Lurker of the Loch. Right, then play Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. Beep. Carry on, streamer. Uh-oh, bad things are happening. Are they going to give their Drugskull Captain Shroud? Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, that's fine. Big play? I guess. So I want as much mana as possible, but in divisions of 2, I guess. Although the cookbook is another food I can crack in the future if I need it. So this turn I can like kill 1 thing. If they have a Rattle Chains, maybe 2. Huh. And I'm a little bit hosed. But they also need to tap down my Thought Mon. Oh, they already have the 2 spirits. All right. If you have no cards in hand, does the cookbook still cook? I mean, you can cook something out of your graveyard into your hand, so yes. Oh yeah, that's a good read, guys. Yeah, we can do that still. What are they tapping? They're tapping the Thought Monitor. Okay. So I'm gonna miss a point of damage here. I still think I have lethal on deck. Oh, but if I do the play you guys are suggesting, I'm taking an extra 2 damage. Which at the moment is not my favorite. So basically, I think they have to have another Rattle Chains or another... No, they have to have another Rattle Chain specifically right now to get me on this next turn. Because I have 2 shots with Asmora. So basically, this game is down to this point right here. If they have another Rattle Chains, I'm really in the crapper. And if they don't, then I'm good. Two Karn tokens and a tutor on a land? Oh, but I wanted a peanut. Two Karn tokens can win many peanuts. Explain how. Tickets can be traded for cards and money. Woohoo! Show it to me. No! No! Oh my god. Exactly Rattle Chains? No. Oh my god, no! What do you mean Rattle Chains will still trigger? That's not a thing. No. When Rattle Chains enters the battlefield, target spirit gains hexproof. So yeah, there's just way too much damage. If I kill Captain, I take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I also punted my first Asmoranomarticadaistinaculdacar into their chalice, and that was where I lost the game. Otherwise, I would have been 100% fine. So, lesson learned, you know. These are the kind of mistakes that I personally need to make in a game. You can't just tell me that and I'm going to play around it properly. I need to make the mistake. That's the only way I reach a level of understanding. Yeah, the match could have been won. The deck was fine. I have food to eat? No. Gunny, what happens there is I had two choices there. I either shoot the Drogskull Captain again in response, which mitigates damage, or I sacrifice one food token. Both of those lines are not good enough and I die anyway. So, yes, I had food to eat. No, it doesn't help me. I still die. They just had too much damage on the battlefield already. So, yeah. But this is why I do my homework if I'm going to play something in a challenge or something like that. This kid playing Tron versus me played Sphere to cast Naturalize versus my D-Sphere, but the attack stopped. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Mistakes like that absolutely build character. All right. I don't hate this hand. It's not, like, tremendously good in this matchup. I'd prefer a bunch more removal, but we start making food. Turn 2, Emry, easy peasy. Simpsons quote you live by. I'm not gonna pull it up right now because it's gonna chunk up my computer. Which scene is it? Like, I probably know it off the back of my soul. Opponent mulled to 5 here. 5. I assume they're playing Stony Silence or something. Although they play Aether Vial and they had them in last game, so maybe not. So we go Island here. We get to take a lot less damage this game than previous ones. Oh yeah. I love that, especially the scene too, right? You just put that into your closet next to your ham radio and your something, and we'll go watch TV. What's on? It doesn't matter. Yeah, I love that quote. Also, just the quality Homer Bart father son moment is just A++. Right here in my feels. Right here in my feel unit. Well, we could get a Shadowspear on Emry next turn, which is very exciting. Let's go Tarn, Mount Anne. Play the Scalding Tarn, fetch a Mount Anne. Play Emry, Lurker of the Loch. Play Cookbook. I flipped 2 Asmoras. And no artifacts. That's a yikes. It's a yikes from me, dog. Alright. He didn't call you a loser, he called you a sponge. Sponge! Shacklegeist. Alright. I'll show him what a sponge can do. Oh, look who's back. I want to take the test again. Why? So you can fail? No, so I can staple it to Homer Simpson's fat head. Really? Feel like OP's just screwed? I disagree. But I do have a plan here. And my plan is this. Enact the beatdown. Smash! Trample and life gain! You can't beat this! Nobody could beat this! They can definitely beat this. Thanks, Dirkside. Me and Phoenix. Wing. I love the laugh there. It's so good. Also, I enjoy your wow. Well, that sucks out loud. Wow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Getting a little beat up here, eh? Jeez, that's some good hate they got. Oops, that's not what I want. I want this one. So we lost an Urza, an Emry, and a Ragavan. And my Spellbomb. Damn it, the Spellbomb was one of those cards I really wanted right now. Oh, I missed 2 foods. Sorry, everyone. And I was expecting one of these cookbooks to be able to pick me up a creature, which obviously now it can't. Jeez. I mean, I guess I have to attack their Ashiok down. My draw has been really abysmal. I mean, I missed the 2 foods there, but still, this draw has been really rough. Do I want to? Yeah, I just want to play this. I missed the 2 foods, though. I'm kind of annoyed with myself. Because I think up till this point, I was mostly playing well, other than throwing the Asmo into the chalice. And they have it again, so it's like kind of a non-starter. Okay. Question is, do they switch to being defensive about their Ashiok here, or do they just keep going on the beatdown? They want to protect the Ashiok. I believe that's correct. So best draws are Urza by far, followed by Thought Monitor. Not sure what else. Spellbomb's gone. Most removal spells would be pretty okay here. This gets countered, so it's not useful. I can't attack. All right, pass the turn. Gaim? What's a Gaim? Oh, a Gaim. No, who said the opponent was screwed? They're very much not screwed. They're totally fine. Spirit's doing spirit things over there. Now, I can gain 6 life a turn at this point, so they're not winning anytime soon. Yeah, I can remove Hexproof, and that ain't nothing. That is a fact. This is very, very much relevant here. What's up, Gilded Gosling? We can hold the other food, too, if they try to exile Ovalchase. Sorry, we can hold the Bauble, and as long as I keep up an extra cookbook at the end of each turn, I could rescue the Ovalchase. Now, I'm not assuming that they currently have an instant speed way to exile the Ovalchase, because what they used last game was Aether Vial plus a sorcery speed creature that is not a spirit. So even if they had a rattle chains, I wouldn't have to worry about it. But it is worth knowing that if I wanted to, I could be playing around that. And that's the best possibles. They don't have mana for Queller. Maximum Overdrive. Engage. Mystical Dispute. I was ready for it though. I was so ready for it. Mystical Dispute. No! Urza. Lord High Artificer. Listen, I don't love Arena. All I want though is sound files on MTGO. I don't really need, but I can do them myself. So really, why am I putting myself out of a job, right? Let's go for a spin. All right, that's going to be it for this turn because I just would like to have the option of sacking foods here. They can constantly tap down my construct on the next turns. But, oh, I can spin one more time, actually. Because construct's not blocking. And I'll still be able to sack a food, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I need 3. I suggest an inefficient search at the taxpayer's expense. Well, I wish there was an easier way. Oh yeah, I'll take that. Looks like we're going to be having pretend Christmas this year. Yay! Ooh. Okay. Maybe happy I kept the food. Now they can tap down 2 creatures per turn cycle. So is there anywhere in particular I want to move this Shadowspear? I'm not sure. They activate Ashiok. I guess they realize it might not be long for this world. They got Amber, Galvanic Blast, Spirebluff, and Lightning Axe. Okay. Abrade, give me the number for 911. Oh, and don't bother calling 911 anymore. Here's the real number. 912. Who bans out your favorite deck? Pushes cards and doesn't check. We do. We do. I always enjoyed the Bart's Comet episode with and it is unanimous that we will support the bill to protect the city of Springfield in the great state of just a moment there. I would like to tack on a rider $50 million for the perverted arts. Those song things were Mana Symbol originals, and you can find them all by typing !song1 !song2 or !song3 in your chat. All right. I want to move the spear onto Urza. This way, they have a tricky decision to make on what they want to tap. They're gonna tap the construct because it's a 17/17. I think they'll tap the Ovalchase. Which means Urza gets to come in and... Yeah. They might tap Urza. We'll see. Just depends on their priorities. Okay. Oh, wait. Merfolk on Ashiok Violence. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the fact that Springfield doesn't actually exist anywhere in the real United States of America is definitely a good running joke. Like, it's every town USA, right? Yeah. I'd rather be in my graveyard than in exile, though. I can sack 2. I'm going to lose the Clock Monster? I don't think so. Although... Oh, I should have looped it in response. That's okay. I've got enough permanents. Okay. I do need to spin Urza before I... Actually, we may lose to Clock here. I'm not going to feel bad about the deck's performance. I'm just going to say that if I had done correctly in Game 2, we would have won that one. And if I wasn't streaming, I can execute way faster than this. This is Game 3, yeah. Hey, thanks for the sub, the 1777777. I assume that's 7 sevens. 7th son of a 7th son. 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 Brazen Borrower. Thanks for all the follows, y'all. Sorry, I'm just trying to execute at a medium pace. At a medium pace. Oh, we drew Saga? Okay, this is very much a win no matter what happens here. So not gonna worry about it. Petty theft. That. Are you ready to lose, opponent? Are you ready for death? I ask because it comes for you, opponent. It comes quickly. It comes now. Hello. Someone's in the kitchen with Urza. Someone's in the kitchen, I know who. Someone's in the kitchen with Urza. Her name is Asmoranomarticadaistinaculdacar. And she's singing chop, 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 chop. Actually, she's singing knife goes in, guts come out. That's what Asmoranomarticadaistinaculdacar is all about. Alright, so that should have been a good clean 2-0. But obviously, I punted. Just give me one second here, and we will continue onwards with all the memery. Alrighty. Let the memes continue. Yeah, that was, I mean, to be fair, they realistically had one turn to draw some kind of crazy out. Thanks for that, the one. I mean, obviously that's not, necessary at all, but that it really, that's a really big deal to me. I don't know how far down the call list I am for cruise ship drummers for my company, but the channel's been picking up enough steam that it's like, oh, it's getting so close to the point where I'm like, I think if I committed to Magic streaming and all that as my job, I could probably make it happen, but it will take another couple months, and I would need to make the decision. Yeah, that's my usual job, Jen and I. Cruise ship musician. If you find the other YouTube channel of mine with my name on it now, so now there's the Mana Symbol one, and then there's Zachary Ryle, you can see footage of me playing drums live. Oh, thanks for the follow there. Hold on, sorry. I was pulling it up. Dadupe and Jade Cavi, who I missed earlier. And I think Diebat. Hey, MC Agrippa with that prime resub. What, doctor? Put it on a game of pitch and toss. Torpor Orb. Oh, if you Google my name, you actually get the Mana Symbol one first. But a little lower. I think you get me. The other one. During the pandemic? I was surprised they weren't shut down. All right, how we doing here? Turn 2 Asmo, Cookbook, Saga. We got all the stuff. Let's go. Yeah, no kidding, right? I'm surprised that cruise was legally allowed. Like, I don't know what crazy-ass place that was in, but that was allowed. So that's blue-red Asmo, Hell's Kitchen, and blue-black Asmo. So is blue-red Asmo, Hell's Kitchen, and blue-black Asmo Kitchen Nightmares? Oh, I see. That would be very clever and cute. I hope so. I hope that they do that. I hope that someone in the world is smart enough to realize that that's exactly how those decks should be named. Yes. God, that's just fantastic, isn't that? You're on the ball. All right. No turn 1 Asmora, but that's fine. I can have turn 2 Asmora plus remove a creature. Probably ditching the Metallic Rebuke, because it's going to be hard for me to have it up early in this game. Is it? Is that correct? Maybe should have gone Scalding Tarn Mountain. This deck has so much gas, the US tried to invade it. That's phenomenal. They're playing Bauble, but not Lurus, which leads me to believe they're playing Dragon's Rage Channeler. So I want to keep the Mox Amber. Sure, loud art. I want to keep the Mox Amber because it helps me get to this Urza. But that's actually only true if Asmora survives, which I think is pretty long odds. So let's ditch the Amber now. Yeah, I think I biffed the sequencing a little bit here. Because I think I should have gone for Scalding Tarn or Steam Vents or Mountain on one. Probably Mountain, to be honest. That said, I can protect Asmora this turn, which is big game. But I have to be careful about how I do it. I might be discarding Urza here, but I can always pick it up again later with the cookbook. Is the Bauble the best thing to turn into a food in my hand? So turn the Bauble into a food. Play Asmora off the mountain. Then I definitely have Rebuke up. Yeah, okay. Opponent's deck is so May 2021. Stop trying to make Soulscar Mage happen. It's not gonna happen. God. Can't even believe this. Do you honestly think that they can win? I don't. Where are you?
That's so ratchet.
Beep 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 beep. So Asmora doesn't need to sacrifice untapped foods, so we definitely get to Metallic Rebuke and then sack the food to kill the Soulstar Mage, which is kind of hot. I just have to not block. Yeah, I'd really rather you didn't, though. Yeah, Zan Saeed was playing that last night, actually. He was playing an Abzan. Was he playing Asmora in that deck? I think he was. I think he was playing, like, Asmora Stoneforge with Aether. I was watching it as I was falling asleep, so yeah, Abzan Vile Asmo. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I was literally watching it as I fell asleep, so I obviously my recollection is not that good. I'm assuming this is digging for, or this is just going to cast Stormwing, or maybe a Sprite Dragon. They might be digging for removal. Oh, did they find it? Nope, just Stormwing. Okay. They do have a Lavadart in their graveyard, so I can't block their attackers here. I could kill the Soulscar Mage. Doesn't attack with the Swift. That was free. Attacking with the Swift Spear was free. Okay. I'm pretty sure I go block. And then if they Lava Dart, they have 0 cards. What is this attack? They either were supposed to attack with both creatures or none. Deck feels fantastic in Astre Noir. Oh, they could let combat damage go and then... I see. But they punted it. Yeah, I see. So, I was forced to crack my foods before combat here. They were not forced to Lava Dart. But I... No. The onus was on me to make action there. What a strange play. Is that Reclaimer, Lancer? Thanks for the follow, Govanator92. The Govanator? No. Probably not the Govanator. I did watch The Terminator last night. What a great goddamn movie. I need your clothes. No, your clothes. I need them. There we go. So, I think I just sit. I don't want the Asmora in my hand, particularly. But I definitely don't feel like discarding Urza right now, because I'm one land shy of being able to cast it. If I have to, I will. Like, if they somehow string together some gigantic turn here. Hey, look, they've started to string together some gigantic turn here. There's basically no way they could protect Stormwing. Mutagenic growth, I guess. If I have to ditch both cards to blow up their Stormwing, I will. But this should generally be a very good matchup for us. And I think the food engine is the reason that Blue-Red Prowess has been largely driven out of the metagame. It's very hard for them to compete with what this deck puts together. They got Mountain. Did they find another Bolt? That's the question. They found exactly another Lightning Bolt, huh? Okay. So... I think I'm priced into killing this Stormwing. It's not the end of the world. It's just really frustrating that they found exactly that. But yeah, it's definitely talk to the hand on that counterspell. It wouldn't be playing against Prowess unless they had the nuts. You couldn't call this deck Blue-Red Prowess unless it drew exactly the nuts. Where's Asmora's? Asmora has a wooden spoon. They say she carved it from a bigger spoon. Oh, I love it. She carved it herself from a bigger spoon. Oh, yeah? You want to do this? Come on. Yeah, you don't. Stay back. Back, demon. Back to hell. I condemn you to hell, Taylor Swiftspear. You and all your ill-gotten fame. Back to the shadows. I don't know, attack for fun. Terminator 3, though. Ooh, turn 1 Blood Moon. Come on now. Imagine having any other way to spend your mana than make a construct. Well, they took away my options. Listen, I wanted to not do the thing I did there. I wanted to. But they took away my options by ripping into the bolt the way they did. Not my fault. Not my fault. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, they made me be the bad guy. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to cast Urza. No. Just make big constructs and kill me, they say. I think that's how they said it. That's how I heard it. We have Lightning Axe? Hell yeah. Okay, I think I like that boarding. And probably this. Oh... Rebuke is okay. I'll keep a couple. Aether Gust can deal with resolved permanents. That's something I like. I didn't want to eat puppies. I wanted to eat caviar. I do like that sort of super villain response. Listen. I could have conquered the world by now, and I didn't need to kill anybody, but you all had to have freedom, so I had to massacre people. What do you want from me? You had a choice. Thanks for the follow there, Shadowless10. Turn 1 Asmora. Turn 1 Asmoranomardicadaistinaculdacar. All right. I might play it on 2. We'll see. We'll see what their opening looks like. Spirebluff seeming hot here though. That's hot. Yeah. Potamol's 2/5. They must be looking for like Pithing Needle or something. Maybe I should have... No. So Abrade is a pretty... Over 9,000 is in the right realm of horrifying there. That is so exactly like the right kind of way to say it. I don't know. Do you have a mutagenic growth right now? It's fine if you do. No? Alright. Fine by me. You good amigo. Don't let anybody dim your sparkle. You just shine just as bright as you wanna. Just shine on, you crazy diamond. Well, I wanted an Ovalchase Dragster. Daredevil? Daredevil. Ovalchase Dragster is a card, right? I'm not crazy? Can someone exclamation point Ovalchase Dragster for me? I need to know I'm not crazy. KO Diamonds is here? Yeah, he's here from time to time. He's a cool guy. Wait, did I say something that is his thing? You need the exclamation point card. I'm sorry for making people do my work, but my computer is dying. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the Ball Lightning. Card is sweet. Oh, I see. Shine on, you crazy KO Diamond. Shine on. Shine on. Shine on. All right. So I have 3 mana. I have the cookbook. I think I'm supposed to discard one of these thought monitors. Just get the food factory going. I don't really want to lightning axe this anytime soon unless I have to. Oh. Yeah, what? Now we want a lightning axe? No, I don't think so. They've got so little pressure and they're down to 2 cards in hand. And the one thing I don't want to do is like put myself in a position where I'm the one who stalls out. So I think what I'm doing here is actually discarding the lightning axe to make a food, which is essentially a lightning axe in play. Play the next Asmora. If they remove this, I'm just going to let that go because this gets me another cookbook and that gets me to this thought monitor. And then I'm just going to be so far ahead on resources that there's no coming back for them at that point. Like, even if they have... The thing is, forcing them to use their burn on removal spells rather than killing me is putting me in a good spot. And these cookbooks, once I hit my next mana, can actually start rebuying creatures, like Thought Monitors, which is like... That's just going to bury them so quickly. It's just not a joke. I'm just looking at a larger picture of this game at the moment. So they're going to shrink my Asmora? No, they're shooting me. Okay, this means they're playing Stormwing. Last card, Stormwing. Against my Asmora with 2 foods in play? Deal. Good play. I think they should have shrunk my Asmora. I really, really do. And again, they don't... Wild. Okay. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, opponent. I'm just not. It's not my job. Pay 3 mana? That's so fair. Do I want to ditch this Asmora? They have 0 cards in hand. What did they do with their scry? 1 bottom, 1 top. All right. So they probably have removal for Asmora. So I don't want to ditch the extra one. I guess Aether Gust is not necessary right now. Crazy Diamonds is a vintage player? Oh, that's cool. So we draw like Galvanic Blast or what have you here. We drew the last cookbook and a Metallic Rebuke. The Metallic Rebuke should close this game now. Ditch it, draw 2 more. If you cannot cast a card, you must ditch it. For blue, it's just too hard. You must ditch it. Oh, you thought that was going to resolve, didn't you? Nope. This is the deck I played against in my final round. This is also the deck that won the challenge. So, yes, no? This deck did play in the finals, but I did not. In my final round, yes, in the top 8. Unless you're referring to the top 8 as the finals. Because I guess that's fair, because it's a quarterfinals, a semifinals, and a finals. Or the Umbra Ultimate Finals, the Penultimate Finals, and the Ultimate Finals. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it will Guto Ferinja, but it maybe will, because it's just so open that you you can... Yeah, no worries, no worries, no worries. Easy 5-0, let's go. I mean, I'm trying. I punted a bunch against Spirits in the first round, but we still got it anyway. So this deck feels crazy. I basically have, I think I mulled one hand so far. Feels very consistent. 20 lands though, with Urzas in it, but only 3 Urzas. Thanks to the follow there, over 9,000 stabs. Over 9,000 T stabs? Why is Asmoranomarticadaistinaculdacar so cheap IRL? Is it not popular? Well, one, I would expect it to go up, but there's two... Okay. The price of a set and individual cards within that set, Jackie Chan, are controlled by a lot of factors. It's not lockdowns. It's fetch lands at rare, and cards like Ragavan and Urza's Saga. These are the chase cards, and the more value they gain at the moment, the more they push down everything else. Because the way that it all works is like this: the price of okay, I guess we're doing the thing. The price of a booster box is kind of is there an economist here? Someone else can explain this with better words than I can. But basically, the expensive cards are holding a huge amount of the value, and so anything that's rare or lower, it's very difficult to... Yeah, high supply, but there's more to it than that. There's also, like... I guess high supply. But the reason there's high supply is because people are pushing so hard for the cards that they want that are not Asmora. So even though Asmora is great and super useful for the decks that play it, yeah, exactly. Uh-oh. Is it a mirror match, or did we find the deck that actually has... Yeah, shit. This is why I don't like Ragavan. I mean, maybe I wasn't supposed to play it there and just dash it if they had a 1-drop, but, like, you know, I didn't even know what they were on at this point. Play Saga, have Metallic Rebuke for their threat, and then next turn make a construct. So we're going with the slow roll here. Yeah, that's Tire Balash has hit on one of the important points, is that if the expected value of all the cards in a box get higher than the box, then people just crack boxes. Please Manamorphose into a Stormwing. Son of a bitch. Am I supposed to counter that? I think so. Because I want to use my mana next turn, so I think just dealing with this, just cut that nonsense out, is the way to do this. Isn't this card the most meta relevant? No, Urza Saga is, right? That's in more decks than Asmora. So that, and then there's the fetch lands, right? And then there's all the collector's editions and alternate frames, and all of these things are having the set be super, super, super hyped. And so Asmora is just not that expensive yet. So I'm only getting a 2/2 here, so I'm definitely not blocking. Yeah, all the commander cards. Sure. Yeah, it's just exactly. There's like... But I went to buy some of the old frame fetch lands the other day, and they sold out so fast. It was really frustrating. Well, Asmora is a winner from a competitive sense, but I think the other thing is, like, there's cards like Urza Saga that are applicable in many, many, many formats, which Asmora so far has not proven to be. Okay, there's the Stormwing. This is fine. The way my curve's coming out will be okay here. So I'm gonna have 4 artifacts, 1 mana. So if I get Springleaf here, do I have the ability to play this Thought Monitor? Yes, I do. Although I'm pretty sure I should still be getting... thanks for the follow there, Munich Casual. Pretty sure I should still be getting the Spear. Why Kozilek gotta be $50? I know. It's tough. Because he's an Eldrazi. He's very popular cards. I guess I could get Cookbook here if I wanted to. That enables me to play an Asmora if I find one. Oh, maybe Cookbook is like 100% the right get here. So, yeah, it is. Because that also means I can constantly grow my constructs at this point. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Emrakul is cheaper? Yeah. Is it really? No, that can't be right. Oh, maybe it is. Last time I looked at Emrakuls, they were like 40. And we don't usually take rusty money. Pitch it to the cookbook. The cookbook. Yeah, all right. I'm into it. God, this deck is gasoline. Smash. You only see cards in foil prices, I see. Thanks for the Prime sub there, Nairash. Man, we are on a tear today. Yeah, that's my assumption about blue-red prowess against this deck. It really feels like they're the underdog by far. Like, they're on 4 cards in hand this turn, and I'm just not afraid. I can't see them removing my construct. They could maybe kill my Thought Monitor, but this does mean that I'm going to get to play my Windmills and Paper again soon, which makes me so happy. If anyone wants to play a deck like this with the construct tokens, I highly recommend getting the Howl's Moving Windmill tokens from Unstable. They're fantastic. They're gorgeous, and they're really funny. And there's a Knight of the Kitchen Sink in the foreground, like really, really small. It's adorable. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so what could they have here? Absolute nuts, like Lava Dart. Lava Dart? It's probably the most powerful 2 cards. Oh, they're in, huh? All right. Okay, I'm just gonna construct block the Soulscar Mage. I think worst case scenario, yeah, okay, this makes sense to me. Where's the second Lava Dart? Oh, what's up, Liz? Gut shot! Oh, baby! Okay, and this means they have a bolt, right? Like, they're just telegraphing it. They gotta have a bolt here. Because otherwise, the Soulscar Mage attacking makes no sense. If they have the bolt, I lose the construct. However, if they have the bolt, they can hit me for 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 7. Yeah, I have to block. Too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks. God, that's a great, yeah, you're right, Miss Liz. But I do like blue red Asmo Urza being Hell's Kitchen and blue black Asmo Urza being Kitchen Nightmare. That is just like the greatest thing ever. Takes a lot to make a stew. No, soup. I was trying to remember the way the rhyming scheme worked there. Takes a lot to make a soup. Everyone adds an extra scoop, and you got too many cooks, too many cooks. That song has a particularly amazing set of memories in my life, and I just want to thank you for bringing that up, Liz. Thank you. Yeah, we're mostly winning here, Mike. It's great. Haven't lost a match yet. Little bit of punt. On top, sprinkle. Do I want any Ragavans here? No. I can keep the rebukes. Thanks for the fall there, Montbank. C'est une veine marveilleuse de Montbank. Thanks for the follow there, Sneaky Quetzalcoatl. Codal? Codal. Sneaky Quetzalcoatl. Sneaky Quetzalcoatl. The sneakiest. Coddle is fine. Oh no, sure, yeah.
It is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season.
Hey,
and
bye.
remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
Thanks for the follow there, Morinfin. Cookbook, Asmora, Springleaf. Yep. It's a keep. It's not insane. It's a little slow in this matchup on the draw. But I think I'm going to keep it. If we draw Ovalchase, we'll be in super fantastic shape. Oh, Pie. On Friday when I went for gelato, do you know what flavor I got as one of my scoops? It was a wonderful stroke of beautiful luck. Is there pie flavored? No. Gelato cat flavored. No, it wasn't that either. So I can play the book on 2 if I want to dodge a shatter effect. I think that makes sense. Maybe Pie's not listening, but it was Piemonte or Piemonte hazelnut. That's what it was labeled as, and I was like, I want that. No, I'm more into Ice Cream Cat. Cookie Cat. Cookie Cat? He's from outer space. I guess if I had played Cookbook this turn, I could have made 2 food by next turn. Oh, maybe that was a punt. That was almost definitely a punt. Okay. Small sequencing error. Could end up being a big deal, actually. Piemonte hazelnut, yeah. Which might just be hazelnut in French. I haven't looked it up. Because I'm from Canada, so a lot of places will have things listed in French and English. Can I die from 20 on turn 3 from them? Yes. Will I? Because I kind of don't want to play Asmo onto this board without 2 food. But this means I'm burning off my mana for nothing here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not enough. Yeah, miss sequence here is a little crappy. I really should have led on the cookbook. Yeah, I made a mistake. Trying to play around artifact removal was too big brain. How close are we to Thought Monitor? Not as close as I'd like to be. Can make 2 food. I can make 2 food this turn. Thank you. Because I always forget that Asmora gets me another. Yeah, gets me another book. Thank you. Big brain there. We can double cookbook. Don't at me. This card is amazing. Why was I not just doing this all the time? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm ditching Urza here. Pick it up again later if I need it. Killing Stormwing now means there's no possible way they could save it. Mutagenic gives it +3/+3, which is not good enough. Yeah. Then they have to waste a removal spell on it. And I have the land to make a construct next turn. So, Ovalchase is the only way this hand could have been a lot better. But it's still fine. I mean, I'm making 4/4 next turn. Mutagenic. Oh, 2 mutagenic. Secret Lair Song may need to be shortly updated to include Saga or Asmo. Secret Lair Song? Like we do? Because Saga's in there. When after the line pushes cards it doesn't check, Saga is one of the cards that jumps on screen and dances. It's Thassa's Oracle, Hogak, Oko, and Urza Saga. I intentionally picked cards that were all confirmed by Wizards of the Coast as we made a last minute change and we didn't really check it and we put it out the door. DRC looking kind of shady here. Yeah, 3 card types. I don't think I'm attacking. I think I'm casting Urza. Oh. You see their open mana. Are they crazy? No, I don't need to make her. I don't need to play Urza this turn. I'll just make a construct. If I make a construct and make a food, can I play Thought Monitor for 1? No. No, we can't get Thought Monitor unless I pay more than 1. I could just make a food, play Thought Monitor, but the construct is a better use of my resources, I think. I got gas in the tank. I got money in the bank. I got news for you, DSE. You're looking at the man. We could cast the Thought Monitor, but that is denying me a construct. And the construct is big game here. The construct puts a clock into... The thing is, so Urza's Saga is a resource that is currently running out. It's moving towards the end. Thought Monitor will wait, but the Saga will not. I need to use my mana on the Saga now or not. Saga is bad in a deck with 8 Blood Moons. You're not wrong. Yeah, I think DRC's Dragon Range Chandler is probably fine in Blue-Red Prowess, but they do need to make some concessions to it. Like, I think they should probably be playing Bauble, which I think they were. I don't remember if this player was. The last player was. Okay, that's fine. We could beat that amount of card. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I considered it Maltbank, but they had mana open, and I don't know how they're sideboarding right now against this deck, but I would be surprised if they never ever brought in Mystical Dispute or something similar. Now, I could be totally wrong on that, but I didn't feel like... And then the other thing, too, is if I play Urza, again, I can't use the Saga, and the Saga is a finite resource. It's going to go away. So if I don't use the Saga now, I never get to. Like, they don't even get to attack this turn, most likely. So, I consider playing Urza, but playing Urza on the next turn or the turn after is going to be even better with a construct that I get off of Saga. Yeah, we just let that go. It's fine. Iteration and fetches. I mean, it just greases the wheels a bit, Shadowless. They could also play Tarfire. They've played what's the Wild Slash? They played Wild Slash before. So I think there should be some consideration to Dragon Race Chandler in the deck, but maybe there doesn't need to be. Maybe you're right. Maybe iteration's enough. Now, currently their Dragon's Rage Chandler hasn't flipped and it's turn 4, but maybe this is an incredibly unlucky draw. I don't know. They're currently missing land is not in their graveyard, which they should have had, right? They should have drawn a fetch land by now. They might have to play more fetches. I know they weren't playing too many before. So the question here is, do I want to make another construct or do I want to play Urza? We'll make the decision based on the land draw, or if I draw land. So I think I'm just going to make the Construct and play Thought Monitor this turn. What am I getting with Saga? Probably Springleaf, or not Springleaf, just Shadowspear. 10 out of 10 Shadowspear. Yeah. Not Monitor. Yeah, I can see that happening. Certainly for Modern. Certainly for Modern, I believe Delver is already bad. Oh my god. Pog. It's all over, people. Where's the quote? Nope.
It's all over, people. We don't have a prayer.
Wow. All right, little Dragon Rage Chandler. Block. Hey, Channeler, block this. Oh. Can Blue-Red Delver kill you from here? Nope. No, they cannot. Yeah, bring it, OP. Nope. It's this one. This is my boy. Can't see it on screen. There we go. Howl's Moving Windmill. There he is. Stormwing. Okay. And thanks for the sub there. Albino Snake, welcome back. For anyone who missed it, we do have a new emote, which is the Ralph emote with the flute up his nose. Yeah, and the Lorehold deck is actually quite good against most of the Saga decks. You need to play around the Asmora, but you can beat the Saga no problem. And you have access to all the hate you could ever want for it. So we just play against Blue-Red Prowess twice in a row and 2-0'd both. I mean, the fact that we were already playing 3 main deck Prismari Command Phoenix and that I went up to 4, and Teferi bounces either the Saga or a Construct on the player draw, definitely is big game. You can manage that deck very, very comfortably. I'm not saying it'll happen every time, but it can be done. Yeah, Prismatic Ending. That's another big one too. Because what I was noticing is like turn 1 removal was starting to become more important than ever. And Prismatic Ending gives you 7, and I even want the 4th one in there, but it gives you 7 to 8 early outs against Ragavan, against Prowess creatures, against Asmora. It's just you're going to be trying Fire Prophecy. Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're I was going to try Rip Apart actually before that. But then Modern Horizons 2 came out and made it obvious. Yeah, Prismatic Ending was actually big because what I noticed is in the previous week I had played my version with main deck Growth Spirals, still thinking that the proactive thing was important, and not realizing that at the moment the meta has shifted to such a board-centric game that being able to make your opponent's chariot wobble with it ending on an early turn is a big deal. Yeah, and I actually was thinking of getting a basic Plains in there too, Phoenix, because that gives us a little bit more play against Ponza. And then maybe against Ponza, what your plan is you board out your Savor the Moments. That's definitely up in the brain box. I'm definitely on it. Yeah, this hand is something. They mull to 6. No companion. If it's blue-red prowess again, I'm probably not playing turn 1 Ragavan. We'll just eventually dash it. So we're probably playing turn 1 Cookbook, turn 2 Asmora, and we just start manufacturing foods. Ren and 6 or 3 Fairy seem like great additions. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely space to experiment in Shadowless. They both also make... Oh, boy. Okay. Gotta go fast. Get him, buddy. Return to Monkey. Monkey Island. Oh, thank God. Although this is a Karn deck, so we'll see. Well, first attack with the monkey. Ooh. Yes, ma'am. Almost. I have stuff I could wish for. That's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. I love that. So, cookbook. Yeah. Oops. Asmora. So, playing the second cookbook here would give me access to food shot, but I think I would rather have Emry here. Thought Monitor. All right. This deck is busted in half. This deck is broken. This deck is broken. What are they gonna do? Thought Nazi me? Like, holy hell. Remember how I said we didn't have enough? Okay, if they have All Is Dust, that's what we need to watch out for here. This deck doesn't look broken to me. It's working great. Bless you, Michael Chan. God dress us every Michael Chan. So I think this turn I'm playing Urza to get a construct. And the construct is basically going to carry the game. First, we get to swing for 5. I think the only way they win this game is... Another card? Oh my god. I can't play it. So, case point. This is important. I think technically I can play this right now, but that is because Magic Online is bugged. So I'm not going to, even if I can. Urza needs to wait now? No, I'm jamming Urza this turn. I can't play this. Even if Magic Online will let me play it, I'm not going to play it. Because that's breaking the rules. Urza does not wait here at all. Not a chance. Well, it's just like, come on. The Moto shouldn't be broken like that. That's just such a stupid bug. You have to pay the appropriate colors, correct? Right? No, but here's the thing, Mike. Colorless is not a type of mana. It's not a color of mana either. So, the way that Tibalt, etc., interact with those cards, you can't actually play a colorless card with mana as though that mana was any color. That doesn't work. That's not a thing. Period. That's just not how Magic works, unfortunately. And it's just one of those things that on Magic Online is currently bugged because colorless... Magic Online believes colorless is a color, which I guess is very progressive of it, but it's just inaccurate. So anyway, that's my turn 3. Okay, go ahead. This is my new favorite Modern deck. The best Urza mid-range deck I think I've ever played. Yeah, if you find a basic way, yeah. No, Void Mirror works. What do you mean Void Mirror wouldn't work on MTGO? No, Void Mirror works on MTGO because that's if you didn't play colors. That's hilarious. Okay. Really? Okay, I think my opponent doesn't understand what's going on here. Which is fine, I get it. No. What I'm saying is no. That's not actually what I meant, Quanos. For the purposes of Tibalt and other similar effects that let you play something as though it were with mana, as though that mana were any color, that lets you cast colorless spells. So I think the colorless mana symbol on cards on MTGO is considered to be a color, I guess, that you can select for. I'm not 100% sure exactly how the bug is working, but no, I mean that's relevant to the conversation, Shadowless. If you want to bring that up, that's great. Colors is not a color. Never has been a color. Never will be a color. Opponent had Tron on turn 4. Played Reality Smasher instead of conceding. So definitely need Pithing Needle here. Definitely need Abrade. Probably want Aether Grid. Yeah. And Brazen Borrower. No. Well, no, Lightning Axe is okay. Soul Guided Lantern, no. I think Metallic Rebuke is probably poor compared to what I'm bringing in. It's good against Karn, but that's literally the only thing. I guess Lightning Axe is bad if they just have Chalice on one. A lot of this deck is bad, though, if they have Chalice on one. Eldrazi in this economy? It's more likely than you'd think. Hi, I'm Zach Mana Symbol Ryle. And I'm here to talk to you about the Modern Queue. The Modern Queue is a very strange little piece of the ecosystem. Almost anything could happen. It frequently does. Why is that? Well, the Modern Queue is like your local FNM. Now, obviously. Oh, thanks, Speeve. The 8-0 through the Swiss was the real big feather in my cap yesterday. That's... Well, people play what they like, right? Yeah. The point of the colorless symbol is you can only spend mana that was generated as colorless on that. They did change the templating forever, which really bothers me that all the things that used to produce generic mana now produce that many pips of colorless, which is technically correct. But it just reads really, really annoying to me. It's just annoying that they created a situation where now forever everything that taps for colorless has to put it as colorless and not as generic. Yeah, exactly. Soul Ring. I like the 2. Just little 2. Isn't colorless version mana just another warp version of polymorph? That's my story. Is this hand garbage? It's kind of bad, huh? This doesn't do anything? Yeah, this doesn't do anything. Alright, it's slow, but it doesn't fold too much out of them. This hand is not... I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it doesn't die. So we're going turn 2 Saga and kind of hoping that that's good enough to pull me through the whole game. Okay, good draw. So what's going to matter the most is what their payoff is. Old Border Waste reprints? Well, there's only been the one printing, and it'll be a minute. Do I want to sack this Bauble? I boarded out my Rebukes, so there really isn't anything that I want to draw at the moment. No one card helps me that much right now, unfortunately. Certainly not that one. Okay. What do I want to see here? Not Karn, not Smasher, not Thought, not Seer. There's not a lot of... Okay, that's not the worst. So they're going to get a 2/2 and then I just bounce it, hopefully. Good. Okay. So we're going to do this right now. If they have more sorcery speed stuff they wanted to play with the discount, now they don't get to. Obviously, they probably weren't thinking that I was going to be able to do anything to that. But I was, so good for me. And we'll be able to Pithing Needle it in a couple turns. Yeah, yes, correct. Turn 1 Blood Moon. Well, that's what I said. It's like the change is technically correct. So it's not like I can't just say like it's wrong that they did it. It's not wrong that they did it. It's not wrong that they did it at all. It has always not been the way that it was represented. That is a fact, right? We had names for the mana. It was generic costs, colorless mana, right? But it was a technical differentiation that just didn't need to come up, and then it did, and it's there forever. I just wish they made purple mana. Okay, so I'm either... Okay, they know I have Brazen Borrower here. That's why they didn't activate their Ugin in any direction. I don't want them spyglassing my Saga, so we're gonna poop out a construct here. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm still the old fogey who's annoyed that they took combat damage off the stack and they took away mana burn, right? They'll be bold enough to spyglass your Bauble? I hope so. With all the other choices in my hand, I hope so. I'm assuming they're going to choose Urza here. My next turn is going to be obscene if I... thanks for the follow there, JHGW. Jigwa? 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 Aether
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season.
Bye, Urza.
And remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
I've not activated their Ugin yet. Maybe they forgot? In all the excitement? Nope. All right. Make a large lad. I think I'm needling the Ugin. I can't let them put out endless tokens here. Okay. Just no help from Magic Online on that one. Ugin the won't be effed with. Next turn I get to go with Double Thought Monitor? Potentially? Pretty good. Just give me 1 second.
So I've got to check the feet and clean heads.
Do you need it now?
Well, is it inconvenient?
Terribly.
I'll
Yeah.
wait till later.
Yeah, like 6:37.
Sure, you tell me when.
Yeah, 6:37. Whenever I'm done with this.
Alright.
Sorry, Midge.
No problem.
Thank you. Usually I don't ask, but I've got a good 100 and something people watching the whole thing. Yeah, well, it's just because you need to clean the heads. If it's just the printing, it wouldn't be a problem. Yeah. All right, sorry about that. I am in the home office, so yeah. Sorry, opponent. Waka haka. Opponent has a great MTGO username. Waka haka. Robots.
Let's give him one of these.
Robots. Ooh, thanks for the follow, Trudy1019 and Sharp02. Oh, that's an interesting idea, Shadowless. I think it would be overly complicated. That sounds a little fiddly to me. Blast Zone. Oh, I forgot about that card. Is it going to kill anything of theirs that they care about? No. Just pop it now. What are you doing? Are they hoping a bad block? They're attacking with this one, but not this one. I mean, I'm going to take the 6 here. I don't really care. At minimum, they should send this Blast Zone just to get the monitors locked up in my hand. Yeah, this sucks. That is a big oof. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I suppose they could do that, but I mean, we already have colored / hybrid colored cards, and those are already terribly fiddly, and making it even more fiddly than that, like blue and then like a 3-color mana symbol, like a tri-split mana symbol, that sounds like a bit much. Like, it's a cool idea. I'm not saying it's not a cool idea. It's a very cool idea. Dang. Dang is not a word. So am I supposed to just attack here or let him draw 2 cards? I guess I'm going to have to do it eventually. This seems like suicide, but I'm going to do it. Because otherwise I'm just never winning this game. Like, we got to make... I guess eventually I could get the Shadowspear and... Get in there. Get in there, boys. Yeah, I don't know if that's necessary. Oh yeah, someone has mentioned that Dark Shrooms. I assume that I have a broken Oh, Smasher will kill me, huh? Thanks, Mike. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like Smasher. So I block the Thought Knight Seer and I take exactly 11. That sucks. Yeah, didn't do any of the math. Nope. Not even for a half second. Yeah. Well, the one time that they were going to add another color to Magic was Future Sight, and they decided against it. And I think it's just never going to happen outside of some other crazy situation like that. No Smasher. Must be something coming. I can feel it going in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Locust mana was supposed to give colorless an identity. Is that real? I would believe that. Oh my god. All right. I guess that makes sense. All right. Another one. Dealer, hit me. Give me deuce. I want two. Two cards. Yeah, if you wanted to make money, you shouldn't be playing Magic. That is some truth. Thanks, Brian Gallen. I think you were in there at one moment near the end, right? I remember your name popping up near the end of the day. But, I mean, I'm not... Have to use baubles now? No. Will I use the baubles now? Maybe. The size they're adding to my construct is obviously very significant. I probably should have used a couple of them, but this turn, but I knew I had the Thought Monitor for multiple draws. I'm saving the cookbook to ditch for food here, because either way I get an artifact into play. But this means that I can crack 2 foods if I have to. And I want to cast Brazen Borrower this turn if... Okay, that's fine. I don't care. I could have sacked this cookbook to pick up the Thought Monitor there too, with all my mana. So, there's a good chance I'm cracking some number of baubles this turn, just because drawing into an Urza would really help me out. Okay. More dorks. More dorks for the dork gods. But now they can't attack with Thought Knots here. I think their attacks just dried up, to be perfectly honest. I don't think they have a good attack here. Maybe they just attack with 2 or 3 spirit tokens. Probably eat one of them at random. Yeah, I would assume so, Mike. I'm assuming that's what they did last turn to get that Thought Knot Seer. I honestly, the 2 cards in their hand could like just absolutely end this game right now, and I'm just shocked that it hasn't happened already. So I can go to 6, then go up to 12. What? Seems like a very sketchy attack. I guess I'll go to 1. Oh. +3/+3. Dismember. Oh, that's big. Okay. So that puts me exactly dead. So we crack a food. And then the food only gains me 2, effectively. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, we're good. Still alive. I'm not even angry. They do what they must because they can. Awesome, Phoenix. That's great. Top of their deck is Tower. Sure. Let's fire off 2. Well, I don't think they actually do Coalition that way, the 1. I could be wrong. But there are other games where they do that Coalition so hard that when you're working at a game store, you actually have to be very careful about what packs you show people. Because certain games, like, if there's like a mythic in a box, then it's literally guaranteed there won't be a second one. Did I just punt there? Oh, hey Waka Haka. Is that the Waka Haka I'm playing against? Because this game is not over, and there's also a game 3, right? But I respect the tenacity of showing up in the person's stream who you're playing against. That's some balls. So I can't turn this into a food. I might as well play it. And I have the Borrower. No, come on, Steven's voice is fine. I'm not worried about it. No one here should worry about it. Don't worry about it, folks. It's all good. Opponent said AFK for a second while you're doing all your crazy stuff over there. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. I don't care. This is not a tournament. Yeah. Is there money on the line? Come on. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. It's just a challenge. Hand hider for 3? No, I don't care. Yeah, I was, you know what? It's like, out of all the time someone could come and do that, is like, I just think it's funny right now. And I would appreciate it if nobody would demonize my opponent for it. I think that's actually very funny. Yeah. Like, in a tournament that with actual, like, bigger stakes, yeah, of course that's not okay. But I'm the one choosing to stream. So, listen, from here on out, if I have any mods around, if anyone's... Yeah, we can demonize them for playing Tron. They could demonize me for playing this deck. From here on out, though, I really... If people are going to go after my opponent for what they've done here, I would like the mods to feel free to time out those comments. Don't time out the person, just mute the comment. Play Borrower? We're going to play the Borrower. Well, I'm the one choosing to stream, right? I'm the one... And I don't want to use a hand hider because I think that makes the... I know a lot of other streamers would disagree with me. That's fine. I don't care. That's a really good draw. I mean, I can't do anything special with it, but yeah, my opponent's in the chat. Pie. But they basically came in when I was empty-handed, so I don't really mind. And again, you know what? The danger of people coming in and sniping is just like I don't like the idea of a hand hider because it really compromises the back and forth between me and you guys. So I don't really care if my opponents pop into my chat while I'm playing them. I just would actually prefer that they don't mention it, because then it becomes a whole thing, and then we have to, you know. All right, we're just dead here. They found the line. Attack with all. Yeah, exactly. Like, they might just, like, mute the video from here on out, right? Or pause it. So even if they're in my chat, it does not mean they're watching my hand. So let's not even bother talking about it. Doesn't matter. I know that this is a thing that can happen, and I don't care. Because I'm here to entertain all you guys. And it, largely speaking, a lot of the time, it doesn't even matter that much. Does it matter in a bunch of control matchups? Of course it does. It's a huge deal in those matchups. This isn't one of them. Okay. So let's do that. And let's do that. Let's do that. Well, I guess now I'm on the play. Yeah. But I want those in theory. Go down one of these. All right. Yeah, I think so, Mike. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I just don't care. Is it a violation of a social contract? Sure. Are people going to do it anyway? Of course they are. And if they're smart about it, they'll create some plausible deniability, and I just don't care. I do think it's very rude when someone GGs you early. I agree with that. But in this case, I think it was funny because they came into my chat to do it because I was tanking on my turn. Like, the particular setup here made it more funny to me than, like, BM. All right, this hand is gasoline. Absolutely hot fire. Yeah, I agree, Fatal Seraph. In a lot of situations, it usually just means that the player in question is just not aware of the fact that GGing early is inappropriate. Maybe where they played, that's very common. Maybe, you know, there's lots of things. In my experience, almost all the time, people prematurely GGing is usually that they didn't understand that was kind of inappropriate. I'm not gonna, not inappropriate, but you know what I mean. Is it any worse than people playing on stream and getting help from the stream? That's technically outside assistance. Yeah, it is. Everyone's doing it. It's one of those things that, like, it's technically against the rules. Everyone's doing it. What I don't, what? And, like, I'm going to keep doing it. Like, I'm going to keep streaming. And if someone says something that's helpful and I read it and I didn't think about that play, someone you know, Last God? Were they playing, what was my last round? What did I play against in the last round? I finished up a Velo Marcus League last night, and is it worth it to play a second Asmora for second book? Maybe.
Hey, puff, puff, give. That's the rule.
Yeah, chat is often a detriment. I mean, especially when the chat got more crowded yesterday, there was a lot more unhelpful stuff and a lot more people talking about lines that just didn't work, right? In a lot of different ways. Like, a huge number of different ways. Like, people were saying things that I couldn't do. People were saying things that I had already ruled out because they were really bad ideas. Like, yeah. Chat may be able to assist, but the way chat assists is usually providing me with a piece of information that I had on the battlefield and I just wasn't thinking of. That's usually what happens for me, is that there's something that is very visible that I already know, but I'm not thinking about it. And I see it in chat and I go, oh yeah, that. But there's a lot of noise too. So, no TKS. Okay. We can needle this if they are not careful about their activation. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to, if they give me the opportunity. It was my thought, so it has to be right. That's the world we live in. It's our opinion-based economy here. Did I miss a food? I feel like I did. Looking like Lieutenant Dan? Yeah, I didn't activate. Yeah. My bad. I was talking and I just punted. How do you like it, opponent? How do you like getting a random Pithing Needle Crush, Soul Crush? Do you like it? Is this fun for you? Watch that one food be the game. It could be. And if it is, that's on me. I made much more significant punts yesterday playing for much higher stakes. So I'm just not even going to worry about it. And I'm not saying that that's something you should do. I'm saying it's something that you should understand is going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. You need to move past them. Not moving past your mistake is going to make you lose more games than it makes you win. The time to deal with your mistakes in execution is after the tournament, not during. Okay, if this is Karn into bridge, yeah. So now I got to find Aether Grid really fast. Well, they have 5 cards in hand? We'll see how fast they can unload. TKS on top. Okay, I've done everything I can here. All is dust? They would die. I think they know that. I can crack my food? What? What? I can crack my food. Shoot my construct. Oh, I see. To shrink the constructs and go for lethal. That's a really good line, Mike. Thank you. I would not have thought of that. That actually might win us the game. Yeah, I see it. I see it now. Yep, I see it. Yep, I got it. That's a really good play I never would have thought of. Thanks, guys. And that's the kind of thing that, like, this is where you learn these things. Ratchet Palm. Okay. So they're going to 1 here. Oh, wait, they're not going to be able to activate it, right? Because they've got a card in play? Right? Right? Did I bring in my Galvanic Blasts? I feel like I did. No, I didn't, because I brought in the Ragavan. Okay, I want to play this right now before they pop any of my artifacts. So we could hit Aether Grid here. Yeah, Monitor was a good top deck. Does any of this help me do damage this turn? No. Yeah, I know Karn's not symmetrical. It's a very popular meme right now with Anakin and Padme. Oh, it's gonna kill Asmora too. Oh god, I can't kill the Karn. I was thinking Asmora was gonna kill the Karn. Oh boy. This not being an untapped land is really, really, really punishing. Jesus. Yeah, I understand that now. Well, people were saying EE was really good against the constructs and Urza Saga, which is true. No point making food. I can't make food. I'm not allowed to make food right now. Cannot be done. Literally impossible. Okay, well, I do keep the Thought Monitor, so we'll see where this goes. Attack Karn. Attack of all creatures. Okay, that does work. Okay, good. Okay, I think I'm wasting time right now. It's entirely possible, Shadowless. Entirely possible. We'll see what they're up to. I think this is the only card I want to play right now. No, I Shadowless. I'm not disagreeing with you that missing that one food could be a big deal. It would have been 1 or 2 damage by now. That's my idea for the moment, Steve. But this looks like, yeah, I don't think I get to do that. They have 8 mana. So they could still bridge. I could just kill this, but I don't think that helps me. I need to axe my tokens of combat, so lets me cast Asmo post-combat. That's a line I could have made. Oh man, that would have been really good, huh? Maybe? Not sure. Okay. If this had been an untapped land, we'd be in an entirely different spot. I think this is the only thing I want to play right here. So this can resolve. Bounce that. I agree, but it is a 3/3 body, Mike, and they're pretty low. I mean, this game could... but it makes them spend the mana, right? So I guess my other option was to just Lightning Axe. It also puts the Borrower in exile. And I mean, I guess I could have bounced the Thought-Knot here and just cycled, like drawing a card, but then they eat a card. I don't know. They can get Ballista X2 here if they want. And I think that's going to be lights out. Unless I top deck grid immediately. But I need a lot more artifacts in play. Don't be... Oh, I did. Thank you. Thank you. I forgot that the Karn momentarily wasn't in play. Yeah, I think this is it for me. That's it. That's fine. We made some small misplays. I don't think they were going to matter there. But, just Karn is just too good against this deck. And Metallic Rebuke wouldn't have helped. They had too much mana by the time they were playing the Karn. So, this is definitely how you lose these games. And then the other one, they had the double Ugin Rip, which was really powerful. So, again, their non-creature draws are very good against this deck. So, it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it too much. But yeah, don't miss making foods. It's free. It's free to make the foods. Always make the foods. Just my client's chunking up. I'm trying to stream at the same time. Yeah, exactly. I'm just not even going to worry about it. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the follow there, CCCXD13. Lightning axing our own stuff to put Asmora into play. That... No, because then, well, yeah, the Brazen Borrower never came up. Yeah, lightning axing our own thing to get that. Yeah.
Hey, puff, puff, give. That's the rule.
And that game, by the way, I pithing needled their expedition map, and they went LOLtron, right? Like, if they didn't have that, it would have been a totally different game. So, you just can't get too hung up on games like that. It was very close despite that fact. If I had boarded in the Galvanic Blast, I would have had more shots at it because of having enough reach. And I just, that wasn't the hand I played. Okay, definitely keeping this one. Put them all to 6. We'll see what they're on here. This boy might be going in. Wait, is Null Rod a part of the Weatherlight? Yeah, absolutely, Sibo. I don't know. I don't know. Although if they hadn't had enough mana to immediately grab the Ratchet Bomb, which only happened because they had the natural Tron right away, like if they had only had 4 mana, which is what they would have had if the last land they had wasn't a Tron land, then that game goes an entirely different direction. So I don't know. Like, is it a good bait? Is it not a good bait? It's impossible to know. Maybe I was just supposed to name Karn anyway, right? And just be like, oh, you get your Tron, and I just don't care, you know? But I don't think I could choose, like, I don't think it was right for me not to get Needle there. What I Needle, sure, that's an interesting question. But I think getting Needle there is 100% what I wanted to do, and just, I don't think, because the thing is, if I don't name their expedition map, then the chances are they don't have Natty-Tron, and the chances are that severely diffuses what they can do with it. And I don't need to futz around and be like, do they have a Karn? Do they have an Ugin? Do they have a this? Do they have that? Like, I just can't cover it all. Hitting the map was a sure bet to inconvenience them, but it just didn't work. Given the map play there, it really felt like they ripped the 3rd land off the top. Yeah, it could have been. We just don't know. Just don't know. Wouldn't that would also mean they ripped the 4th land off the top, though, and it was specifically the Tron land they wanted? That would be crazy. Okay, we are against Chad Nauseum. Esquire. Okay, Ragavan's a good early games card in this matchup. Rest of my hand, not so much. I don't think they would do that, Boom Forest, and the reason why is, logistically speaking, that's a pain in the ass. Like, that would just suck for paper play. And online play, to be perfectly honest. That's like Doomsday. I mean, it's a fun idea, but it's just not really feasible. Slaughter Pact. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, exactly. Well, to be fair, Mike, you can activate top multiple times per turn, which is different. I'm not saying that that's fun. I can't suspend it, unfortunately. But that's pretty funny. Yeah, and Papa, I'm inclined to agree with you. Yeah, I wish the Judgment Wishes were in Modern, but I also wish that they fixed them. I want the original functionality back. Right, that's absolutely correct. Faye Froeg. Yeah, Grab from Exile should be on all wishes, 100%. So when they created the Exile Zone, the wishes don't get things from Exile. They get things from outside the game, but Exile is now a game zone. Again, it was one of those wordy technical things which, in theory, they didn't change anything, but in reality, they actually changed a lot by doing that. Yeah, Karn does specify Exile. There's a few different effects they've added recently which specify outside the game or Exile. I think Deathrite Shaman and Ragavan same power level. DRS ban Lol, I know, no. They're as powerful as each other. However, they're differently powerful from as each other. I think Ragavan might eat a ban in Legacy. I'm not sure, but he might. Just because Delvers with Dragon Rage Chandler as well, which is way too good. I think I'm playing Urza next turn, so I don't think I want to sack this treasure for a cookbook this turn. I could still play the Urza next turn even without that, I suppose. Post combat. But that involves my monkey hitting. I think the monkey's gonna hit. No, I can play the cookbook this turn. Next turn we play Spirebluff, attack, get the treasure, make Urza, and then I have more mana to work with Urza. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, Urza Saga might be a little too much for Modern. We'll see. I hope not. I like that card way too much. I mean, they could have done it in a bunch of different ways, Shadowless. No, you didn't miss a rules change, Brave Mustache. This was many years ago. Okay, so I'm assuming they have the kill next turn, which is a pretty safe assumption. And this hand is not really getting me there. We could try to spin into a Metallic Rebuke, and I think that's going to be our whole game. I don't think there was a Prowess deck in the top, but there was a Blue-Red Delver. A kind of hilarious looking Blue-Red Delver deck. Okay, so we're probably just dead here, but maybe not. Prowess 1. Oh, today? Like just now? Like an hour ago? Okay. Got it. People are saying one Sunday, like it's not Sunday right now. Like that challenge didn't end like an hour ago. Inspiring Spike got mana flooded versus... Okay, I see. So I can make 2 Daredevils and then spin... So I can make 2 foods off the Daredevil loop and spin Urza. And... this is the only thing I can hit that matters. Okay. I know my plan. It's not much of a plan, but I know my plan. I cannot play the Lotus. You have to pay the mana cost, and the mana cost is null. There is no mana cost. So are we going 3 and 48 here? Wait, they made their land drop. Oh, they've got the spoils. Oh, so the rebuke doesn't even matter if they've got spoils. It just doesn't matter. Which is nice, because then I don't have to... Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, we're done. There's not anything weird, right? Yeah, they go to 0 cards. I'm not letting you name whatever you want. Take a peek at their deck? I just don't care. I think they're probably on pretty stock ad nauseum. I could have done... let's just move on. I think everyone knows ad nauseum, and seeing the exact number of like Pact of Negations and stuff they're playing. Okay, yeah. Check if they play Inverter. I doubt it. I'd already scooped it up, so there's no... You saw a weird Inverter list? I mean, it happens, but the way that game went out, it didn't look at all like that. Is Needle doesn't get mana abilities. Trying to remember if it gets something weird in their deck. I don't think that it does. Four mana Jace. They don't normally play that. If they were on Inverter, maybe, but they're not. They're on Ad Nauseam. I mean, I guess I could have seen their whole deck, so I apologize. We'll look at it in this game if they win. Do I want to recall here? I think Abrade is better. Yeah, Lightning Storm in the old version. Correct. Shadowspear is not useful. Spellbomb's also not useful. Soul Guide's also not useful. Yeah, this is just going to be one of the really tough matchups. We need a very aggressive hand. The last one was pretty good, but we were on the draw and it just wasn't good enough. 2 Yogg, 3 Delver, 4 Titan, 5 Hammer, 6 Blue-Red Asmora, 7 E-Tron, 8 Jeskai Blade. Interesting field. I guess Spellbomb I can use to bounce Thought Monitors or Urzas. Ashiok I'm only bringing in because of... Oh, those are ranks. Sorry. Okay. So first place, Blue-Red Delver. Second place, Yawgmoth. Third place, Delver. Fourth place, Titan. Fifth place, Hammer Time. Sixth place, Blue-Red Asmora. Seventh place, E-Tron. Eighth place, Jeskai Blade. It's probably a tweet from Bamzig. He usually is able to source all that stuff. He's sort of the journalist of Modern. Yeah, I think Jeskai Blade would have to be Monkey Blade. Turn 1 Asmora into question marks. Wasn't Canister playing Amulet yesterday? All right. I don't think this is good enough here. This is better. Double Rebuke is much... But I have no way to get the Asmora into play. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown away that first hand. Oh, he played Jeskai Blade today. Sorry, I didn't know that. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have thrown that first hand away. Just the turn 1 Asmora is not good enough against Ad Nauseam. Not even close. I think I have to keep this and draw into threats. Just bottom the Asmora. No, bottom the Urza. It's guaranteed slow. Turn 1 Urza. Saga? Maybe. I don't usually like to play it on 1. No, I think... Because playing it on 1 means you get 0 constructs. Shadowless. Yeah, turn 3 Asmora. Yeah, that's true, because I can get a cookbook or... Huh. Saga... I think this is Heartcast Ragavan. I mean, I could dash it, but it doesn't really help me that much. So I'd rather just invest the mana this turn. Pretty good draw, though. Oh, you meant the Saga on 1 gets me a turn 3 Asmora. Yeah, I think that's still crazy. Monkey price will go burr. It's already gone burr. I think 100 tickets kind of hit the ceiling. I can't imagine it getting much higher than that. It's going to be Pentad Prison. Oh, Profane Tutor. Okay. But there wasn't a Lotus Bloom this game, so these are live. Very live. Okay, like that draw. Give me Sleight of Hand. Give me Spoils of the Vault. Darkslick Shore. That's close. That's close to all the things I said, right? Seems close. It's got to be Unlife here. Prism? Yeah, slow Prism. I think Prism Prism comes in here because I would rather put up the clock. No, yeah, you can't play lands off Ragavan. It says cast. If it said play, you could, but it says cast. That's one of those, again, like very small definition changes that happened once upon a time, and they've just settled with it. I think I'm making another construct. Do I have double? If I get Springleaf Drum, I have double Rebuke, right? No. No, I'm only going to have single Rebuke. Tap for 1. Get a cookbook in play. Play Spellbomb. Discard Scalding Tarn. Play Asmora. And these two should be enough. All right. I think I really would like to have double Rebuke up this turn. I think my clock is fast enough. So what am I actually getting? I was getting the cookbook. That's where I landed. Yeah, cookbook. Cookbook, discards, Tarn. Play Spellbomb. Play Asmora. And then shooing my monkey hits, because they could have Slaughter Pact or something here. I'm going to be short on the double, aren't I? I am. Yeah, I'm just short on double Rebuke. Well, let's hope that they don't have the Thassa. No, Thassa spoils what? 4? Swinging the Constructor in my math? Yeah, that is what it is. You're right. You're right. Okay, they need a pretty insane hand to beat this, so I'm assuming death is imminent. Huh? Although it's gonna take almost so if they went packed for okay, we're gonna try to counter the Oracle, because if they have double spoils, I don't want to get got by that. Most likely they're gonna have Pact of Negation or something similar. One time? Yeah. All right. Okay. This is a bad matchup for us. So I'm not going to feel badly about losing it. And they had good hands both games. All right, let's look at their deck. Come on. GG's, right parenthesis. Closing parenthesis? Yeah. So no inverters, no Jaces. Just standardized ad nauseum. They had a Bantu's Last Reckoning that they boarded in. Good for them. Right. And down we go. But good league overall, right? And this deck is just super, super good. Their deck's a pretty decent call in the Urza Saga Asmo meta. Yeah, I think so. It definitely felt like we had very thin tools to deal with them. All of our sideboard slots are to deal with all of the major players. So Ad Nauseam coming in as a sort of juke that attacks the metagame from the spell-based combo. Yeah, I mean, the Lorehold deck is very similar, right, Phoenix? But the Lorehold deck is playing around in the mud with everyone else, like getting involved in the battlefield. Yeah, their matchup against Delver would be terrible. Exactly. But I don't think Delver is like enough of a meta force yet, we would say, to be problematic for them. Yeah, Lorehold's a lot better at the Delver matchup because it plays against the battlefield. Exactly. So yeah, this deck was fantastic. I really like it. Ragavan is not, I'm not super sold on it, but it's good. I guess it's just one of those like arms race things where they're like, sometimes you just get a free game. Like we had, like the craziest board state we had was 100% thanks to a Ragavan early. Lorehold's easier to interact with the Oracle. Yeah, but not if you have a Teferi out. And that deck also can just go infinite turns on you. So you have to kill them. Like, if you let the Lorehold deck just sit, it's going to crush you. Like, you need... Like, control decks have a hard time with the Lorehold deck a lot of the time so far, as has been the history of it. But not, like, tempo control decks like Blue-Red Breach. It's a whole thing. Anyway, yeah, this deck was great. All the numbers seem pretty close. The number of discard outlets is kind of shady. Having the main deck lightning axes instead of more street wraiths. I mean, I understand why it's there. It could also be bone shards, which is not an instant. It is a sorcery, but can destroy planeswalkers, which would have been really good against Karn. So I think the blue-black version we're about to play is playing a bone shard, so we're going to see the differences there. But this is pretty phenomenal. The whole setup is good. It's definitely very metagamed. This deck was ready for the day that it won that challenge on. On any given week, it may not be the perfect choice, but it's like very nicely aggressive, very nicely like there's so much value here. Thanks Tika 12. So we're gonna see the differences between this one, Hell's Kitchen, and blue black Kitchen Nightmare. So if you are interested in seeing what this deck looks like when it gets played, you can hang out here live. And if you're in the future on the YouTube watching this Hell's Kitchen episode, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, check out any other videos you're interested in, and tell Faye Froeg that they're great. Probably Faye Frog. Anyway, you can look for the Kitchen Nightmare video as well.